Hi, Marina here, and yeah, I came here by the promise I will talk more about the book. Well, I went through a few videos I made uh, about this topic. I was trying to figure out how to do this, and I was just boring you with kind of useless information. What genre it is, maybe the parts it has, but mainly what I want to say is the process and the process that I took so far, because that's the bread and butter here. Um, it's I think it's the main thing here. About it's not really about the book. It's more of a process thing. It's still not finished, so I don't know for sure the name, what it's gonna be. I mean, first year I was working with the book. I was going through concepts and figuring what it actually is about every week. Like every week was something else because I had a lot of information and I was trying to process everything. Come to understanding that, yeah, what it actually is, what it actually represents is pretty hard to do, especially for me with gardening. I need to still figure it out. I'm on the second draft. I did the first one, and the first one is was just outline of the story. It was really simple and overly simplistic with the concepts, and it was just and this happened and this happened and this happened. It wasn't any structurally. I would say it wasn't any good. It was just me trying to put something on the paper as fast as possible because I was in such a momentum to do it. So the second draft is much more relaxed. I do it. I'm really careful about. I'm careful about what I put on the page. I'm not overly editing the things back. What I wrote. Maybe if I remember something, okay, I need to just make this right so the narrative makes sense at the end of the scene. So I do kind of that kind of changes. But yeah, it's it's still it's still something is changing. Maybe I changed the direction of this part, and it's easy for me to say it's about this, but it is about this currently. And yeah, you would say you don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't give you trust for the reason, to stay here and to watch this whole process, but I'm pretty confident. Like I'm exploring about this story. I don't know what it is at first. I know a few concepts, have few scenes, but the whole thing is unclear. The whole thing is unclear. And I believe beyond the first things that made me want to do it, beyond that kind of stuff, there is more stuff that is much better. And I need to come to it naturally with development and exploration and stuff. So that's why I don't have the final thing here. I mean, I do have kind of concept that seems the most solid thing right now, and it feels it's gonna go beyond. But it requires from me understanding of a character that I don't understand yet fully. So that's the thing I need to process through. And if something changes. Maybe it's not really about the thing anymore, you know. And I also need to see how it reads because it is about sensitive stuff, and I'm not really, you know, I'm confident in my research. I'm confident in my knowledge. I'm confident with my morality here. I know what I'm talking about in a way, but I still need to feel it through. Like I don't feel completely this character, and I need to think about it. I didn't think through every aspect that I'm doing, and when I do, I will know. But that's so far. I'm not finished with that part. It's still very flexible. And that, yeah, most of the things, most of the scenes, most of the plot in this story is mainly the structure is characters. The characters are the main plot turners, and everything is following them in that sort. Of course, something happens to them, something comes to them, but it's kind of thematically similar. It's related to character and his previous struggles in a way. It kind of does this thing where life kind of goes in circle, like repeats itself in some way, and it's in a way predictable, but mm, in a way predictable. But I'm not fully sure. I'm not fully sure if you understand what I mean here. Um, it's kind of like loops that happen every a time, and sometimes they're in a bigger way, bigger patterns. Patterns. There are certain patterns in their lives that repeat, but they're not always done exactly like that. They're done in a different way, have a little bit different flavor, but the feelings in a way that are similar. They, in a similar way, have to deal with same things, same emotions, and how they find a solution this way is different than they did before. Or is it is the same? Or is it just repeating? Or did they learn something from that? I mean, I'm going really, really into characters. I feel like I understand people in good enough to know how this works. And so I wanted also to talk about I did use astrology for the characters. And I would like to also talk about how did I use it and why did I use it, and yeah, how did I use it? Did I say that? I probably did. And so I already had a story in my mind when I made a first astrology chart for my main character. Actually, it's the only one. First is for the first character, second is for some other character. And yeah, they help me understand what their patterns are, patterns of thinking, patterns, what they usually, what themes they usually come through them, also the way they, everything, everything about them in a way, what is easy to do for them, what they understand, why they, it's, I mean, if you don't know astrology, I can show you actually. I can show you actually the chart of the main character, just to explain what did I pull out of it. So this is his chart, full chart. You can see everything. I hope. So what I wanted to talk about, I mean, what I can actually extract here from his personality. I already needed to have some idea of the character, and yeah, otherwise this will not help at all. This will just overwhelm. I mean, if you don't have a story, this is hard to do. It's hard to extract the story out of, chart. And yeah, that's the important thing. You need to have the idea where are you going and already have some idea of the character. Everything else kind of settles in place. I, this just solidify the character. Yeah, year and birth, birthplace. That is what I knew. Everything else was a mystery. So when I looked at this chart, I noticed he has a lot of, he has a lot oriented towards other people. He has this seventh house, conjunction with the Sun and Venus, and there is a lot, Venus thing, but Venus is connected with the North Node, also the Mars here. Like it all says like he's oriented towards a relationship, but he doesn't know how to connect people with people properly.
And also there is this Jupiter. Like I feel like in Aquarius for me, I mean, I look at Aquarius something that something social circles, social what society actually. It feels like he's loved by people. He's noticeable in a way also, like he's seen, he's maybe in a way admired in certain way. You have the way of him, like he's attractive. He has a lot of people coming to him, like he's seen by others a lot. And then there is this Saturn, which is really interesting pattern for him. Feels like some kind of authority. I made this pattern look like people who want to control him a lot, like. And there is this also, and that's why he's stubborn, which something else also indicates his stubbornness. You see this, I mean, Mars and Neptune, like you see them together. There is a middle point across the map with Saturn. Like Saturn is in the middle between, I mean, it's doing opposition towards the middle point of Neptune and Mars. And what this indicates to me that he's really, really fucking stubborn. If he intends something to do something, he's really, really stubborn. So that is what I saw here. I also use this not regular astrology, not something I, you would see like pop astrology. It's not that. I don't use that at all. I use the most accurate astrology I know of, because they do research and stuff. It's vibrational astrology, so I use that, and you will see how I use that. I mean, also, yeah, you see this Saturn moon, actually Pluto moon, looking ugly in this, looking ugly in this second house. Never mind. That's his surface level character, but there is also something really important to him that I want to show, just because it explains how do I look at this. Where is it? Harmonics. You will see now. If I choose here, where is 7? So this vibrational astrology, I like to see. They actually researched what each of these harmonics mean, and 7 is more like looking at focus and how can people be still, how they focus on something. And I mean, you see this stellium here. I feel like he's in a way this is the most ADHD thing I see. I mean, he's kind of in a way extremely extreme. It feels like it. I mean, see, he doesn't have, like, in this sense ADHD, but he feels so intense in a way with this, like his focus and stuff he looks, and I mean, Uranus, sir, it's doing some shit. I mean, he can be focused, but this feels really disorientating. Yeah, so he's a bit scatter in a way, scatter everything. Yeah, that is what I wanted to show. Like, this is the way I looked at it, and this is how I extract the information. I didn't look to every detail, because there is a lot of details with vibration, but it's some notes I did get, and then based on that I continued the story.
I feel, yeah, I feel I can do a lot. I'm pretty confident with what I did so far. But what do I say? What do I say to somebody who, like, it's so exciting to write, but only in gardening form. I garden. I have the idea for the rest of the story, and I've written some ideas in the future, so I don't forget, but it's all naturally coming together. And I was at first worried about it. It would just look like a mess, big mess, and I would not know how to come out of it. And no, it feels really like each piece it's getting to its place. And it doesn't feel bad at all. Like I read back to myself, like parts I've written before, and it feels good. After some time, it feels good, and it's fun to read also. So I have good trust this will come out like really good. But of course, I can mess up. I do not see everything. I will try and see with other people. Of course, I will proofread. Maybe they will not understand some parts because I'm looking at it with a really, really zoomed in perspective. I really, really look at it. I also look at every detail. I'm really careful of that. I love when the details kind of match. Not, but not necessarily in a way that is, how I'd say it. You know, some details. I purposefully like did that some elements are not really realistic in terms of places that the 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 story is happening at. Like they don't exist. Some places they don't exist. But I mean that that kind of helps me to construct the spaces to fit the overall narrative of the story, and the story feels connected in a way with its environment because it's you know but the way I mean it, I mean like I feel like in some when I describe something I usually use this description to either tell something of internal world in certain character or predict what's gonna happen. Like some way it's like this is gonna happen. Like in some way this thing I'm describing is predicted. But maybe you shouldn't know that. Maybe you shouldn't know that if you plan to read it. But I don't know. Uh, you can try. You can try figure out how this. Yeah, you cannot really. I mean, it's gonna be obvious probably when you see what's gonna happen, but otherwise it won't be that much predictive. And also, it's very hard to predict. It's kind of, I mean, this means in a certain way, and yeah. So symbolism. Oh my god, symbolism. You know what I'm actually working on, and what's my process so far. I'm gonna update you a little bit and a little bit, and after sometimes when I'm close to finishing, I will probably put the aesthetic video, how it looks like, and characters probably go into their visual and how they look like. Not anything because not because I cannot describe them. That's not why. Actually, I kind of do it on a small bit and a small bit and a small bit, and if somebody is like me, like it creates the picture of the character immediately, and after some time it's feed the visuals about this character. I cannot really comprehend it because I already have a visual of the character. That's only my problem. Other people are not like that. So I'm like also having that in mind. I'm a very very visual person. I really see anything immediately, and that helped me a lot. That helps me a lot. I know. Also, I need to, yeah. that's it. That's it. I hope you like this video. I hope it kind of explains my process, explains what I'm doing, and makes you excited for the book. Of course, I'm not gonna talk about just the book. I'm planning next video is gonna be some process video. I'm gonna show you how did I make something I saw already, and I'm gonna explain how I saw. It's not gonna be a tutorial. I'm gonna just I did that, and that's it. And you're gonna show it, and I'm gonna show it a little bit, not everything because I forgot some film tools. I forgot to film some things. And that's gonna be my attempt. I mean, actually, yeah. You will see something else of me the next time. Oh, I can do outfits as well. Outfits with that certain piece. How does it fit in my wardrobe? Yes, I'm gonna do that. And now, see ya. Bye.